investors, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, a returning investy bestie, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate it. So let me do my spiel. I'm a mother. I'm 41. I'm a wife. I'll be married for 21 years this June 24th to be exact. I am a mama. Wow, my daughter will be 20 this year, soon to be 16-year-old, soon to be 14-year-old. So no more little babies, but you know, I'm just an investor. I'm a regular person documenting their journey here on YouTube. So no, I'm not a financial advisor. I am not a fiduciary. I am an investor, right? I am the one all the experts tell to invest. You are the one that all the experts tell to invest. And so we're just motivating each other, keeping each other accountable, all the good stuff. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, hype the video if you get the opportunity, and beware of scammers and fake pages. So June 1st, 2026, we are marching pretty much toward the middle of the year, And I can tell you that most people have either stopped investing, maybe never started. They intended to, but they just never got around to it. Or they have fallen off of their strategy and they are just chasing and running after the latest, trend, hype, etc. So one of the things that I like to do in June-ish is to really reset in terms of making sure I go back to the basics, go back to the plan that we had set, my husband and I, back in January, in terms of, are we sticking to the goals? Are we sticking to the strategy? Are we investing consistently like we wanted to? And so I just wanted to make a video coming on here today as a reset. This is your opportunity. If you have, fallen off the wagon, if you started to do things that is against your investing philosophy or your principles, this is a great opportunity to reset. Because let me tell you something, I've been investing for now 12 years, and I have been through all of the motions when it comes to an investor. I told my investing summer school folks who we had our first session this past weekend, and I met with my investment planning group, but one of the things that I said was, I have been through all of the emotions, all of the psychological, shifts as an investor. I have cried over stocks. I have been up all night worried about stocks. I have been sad and depressed over stocks. I've been excited and joyous over them. And I can tell you that one of the things that I've learned on this journey is that investing should not have that type of emotional impact. If you are doing it right, and a lot of the big old school investors will tell you this, it should be very boring and kind of nonchalant, right? If you are sticking to your strategy, you're building your shares, you shouldn't be so swayed back and forth. But the reality is that in this day and age, is that because we have social media and just a non-stop global cycle now, we are more attached to our investing more than ever, I think, because all of the areas we have of, social media, the news, we have a global economy now. We have the government who's very into the stock market and all of that. We have a new Fed chair now. So it's a lot going on. So of course people are going to feel like they need to look and obsess and worry and be concerned and stay connected. And I'm not saying don't, but I am saying it can become unhealthy, right? And like I said, I've been there. But we're in another month. It's a great opportunity. I was telling you guys in my last video, I think it was, that we're expecting at least $1,500 in dividends by the end of this month, June, because it is a quarter end month. So all of my let me do a SCHD plug here, because I know that's one of my favorite dividend ETF. It is not for growth. I mean, though our position is up, it's not meant for growth. If you're looking for a good dividend growth ETF, I'm not a financial advisor, but we own DGRO. How much money do we have in DGRO? I'll put a screenshot up on your screen so you can see, but great for growth. So if you want dividend income, I think SCHD is a great option. It's very stable, especially in a lot of volatility. But if you're looking for a little bit of growth in terms of a dividend ETF, DGRO is a good one, and DGRO pays also at the end of June. I always like to refer to DGRO as like the silent killer when it comes to a good dividend paying ETF. It doesn't get a whole lot of love, a whole lot of, like feedback and people excited about it, like SCHD, because I love SCHD, but DGRO is another good one. It's another solid one. It doesn't pay every month, but SCHD doesn't pay every month either. DGRO pays out in June as well. So we get both ends of that spectrum. So again, going back to the goals that my husband and I made for ourselves at the beginning of the year, like, are we investing as much as we want? Are we hitting our dividend income goals? And a great way we can get to our dividend income goals is by building up our share sizes. I talk about it all the time on this channel. I'm running several investing challenges at once. The $1 a day investing challenge. Okay. You guys are picking, for Q2 Chef's Choice. We're going to continue with that all through the year. I want you to become more active and take more of a role in your investing. That's another way that it can help you with your emotions. If you are taking a more active, disciplined role in your building your portfolio and just in your finances overall. Because you have to be the one to, be convinced, right? You can watch a lot of videos. You can listen to a lot of podcasts. You can you can hear a lot of audiobooks, whatever the case may be, but it is your money at the end of the day. When you turn off this phone and this laptops and all of these apps and it's just you and it's just your portfolio, you have to be convinced. You have to believe that the research you've done, that the money you've put into this stock or this fund long term will grow, right? So again, resetting for the month of June. I want to make sure that I give DGRO some more love as we go through the rest of the year, because I want to make sure that our portfolio is balanced correctly. So I wouldn't say it's a downside, but I would say one of the things I have to think about when I'm building up share sizes is to keep in mind our strategy in terms of our portfolio balance. Am I too leveraged somewhere? Is taking a bigger piece of the portfolio than what we agreed to, right? Is our foundation of our portfolios, is it remaining at least 50 to 60% foundational funds? And I'm happy to say, yes, it does. But that's why we have to do this reset. That's why we have to check it. And that's why, again, I'm making this video coming on here. Again, it's not exciting. It's not, all of this razzle dazzle, but it's important, right? So I think the summer is a great time to just really go back and calibrate your goals. And so let me ask you all a question. Tell me one part of your portfolio where you feel like, I'm taking on too much risk, or do you want to maybe build up to, create balance, right? So like I said, I want to make sure that foundational ETFs and index funds and mutual funds across all of the accounts, I'm talking about 401ks, HSAs, Roth IRAs, taxable accounts. I have an account associated with my brand, Mommy Trader. I want to make sure that overall, that we have, like I said, 50 to 60, more like 65%, just foundational funds, right? Because again, with Nvidia and Broadcom, which we do own, Marvell, Main Street, all of that type of stuff, the individual or single stocks can also make an impact, and we want to make sure we keep it balanced. So take this time this month, right? While we're waiting on all of our big dividends to pay out in the month of June, take some time as well. You could do it also in July to just go back to your portfolio. I hope that you're tracking. All of your investments, not just relying on the investment firm or broker. Are you actually tracking your investments? It could be through a notebook. I have a bunch of resources I created on my website, spreadsheets, digital downloads. That way you can write it if you want. But you should be tracking your investments. You work too hard for it. You should be tracking it. You should be checking in with your investments, not just looking at the app. You should have a separate resource where you can go to, write and see, how am I performing month over month, right? How is this position up or down? Do I want to put any more money in it? Am I getting a dividend? How often am I getting a dividend? This is why it's so important. That's how I know we'll get at least $1,500 this month just in taxable accounts. I'm not counting Roths. I'm not counting an HSA. I'm not counting a 401k. This is just taxable accounts only. right? Because it's crucial for early retirement. I can't access a 401k, an HSA, and all of that if I'm 45. That's for long-term future. Short-term is my bridge accounts. That's taxable accounts. And that's one of the income sources that we want to build outside of rental income, mommy trader income, things like that. So, again, guys, I just wanted to put out a reset type of video just to get us to thinking as we head towards the middle of 2026. I cannot believe how fast this year is going. Watch. I'm telling y'all, the year goes by so fast. To me, I feel like the summer goes the fastest, right? The kids get out of school, and before I know it, back to school sales are starting up, and I got to get books and clothes and book bags and calculators and things like that. And like I said, I'll have a soon to be sophomore coming in August, and she's taking a summer class, and she has an internship at a medical summer camp, which is amazing. So she's busy this summer. So there's always a lot going on, but you know, I'm grateful to have the busyness. The busyness is a blessing. So again, guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you need any extra help or resources, check out my website, mt1finance.com. Information is always down below. Again, guys, thank you so much. And until next time, I'll see you in my next one. Ciao.